Hello, I'm Gareth A Davies, and this is the Championship Rounds for Pitch Boxing, where I bring you all the interviews from the combat sports world. Enjoy. Well, I'm delighted to say I am joined by Alex Krassyuk. Are you promoter these days or general manager of K2 Promotions?
Both.
Both, there you go. Obviously known to us through a long period in British boxing, association with the Klitschko's, Baranchik. We know all these guys, and particularly, of course, Oleksandr Usyk, about whom we talk today. You're in London at the moment, I understand.
That's true. I'm in London, but leaving tonight.
And how long have you been in London?
It's my fourth day, actually.
Okay, and I think you were here a few weeks ago as well.
Yes, I was here was the same purpose.
Yeah, and we know why we're talking. We're trying to get to the bottom of why Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury haven't signed yet together to fight for the undisputed heavyweight title. Maybe if you could give me a history of the negotiations. On December the 3rd, we were all there at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We had Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk face to face in the corner of the ring, December the 3rd. And here we are now, second week in March, and we thought the fight was on then. What's happened, Alex?
So, if you go back to the history, we started the negotiations actually summer last year before Usyk fought AJ in the second fight. Everyone was pretty confident that Usyk gonna be victorious and that the undisputed fight would probably happen by the end of the year. Unfortunately, the initial date of the fight of the rematch with AJ was shifted for 1 month, and that actually ruined all the strategy for his recovery and for the new training camp. So we announced that, and we were expecting to get the fight, the undisputed fight, in December or in January or
Yeah.
February. Sorry, February or
no, I do remember
March.
the February date. Yes.
Yeah. So, and when we were at Tottenham, we commented a lot that everyone is on board. Top Rank, Queensberry, K2, Usyk and his team, everyone is in. All the broadcasters are in. The only thing that was pending was the consent of Tyson Fury, and until now nothing changed. So actually everyone is in except Tyson Fury. We hear different reports on the reason why he doesn't agree for the fight, but we never heard it from him. We never heard the real reason, and we can only guess.
As you just said to me before we start recording, the process is transparent for you. Oleksandr Usyk wants the undisputed title fight. He still wants it.
Yeah, he wants it. He's been in training camp since December. So he was getting prepared for the fight. He takes it really serious. For him, it's not about money. It's not about just fighting. It's about what he's fighting for. It's about his aim, his objective in life. He's become the undisputed, and he was blessed to become the undisputed the way he actually accomplished that. Within just 4 fights, he received all the belts, collected all the belts in cruiserweight division. So did he earn money? Yes, of course, because he's the professional, and he's the champion, and the unified first, and then the undisputed champion. Then he moved up to heavyweights with the same purpose, to collect all the belts. Did he earn money? Yes, he did. Did he earn a lot? Yeah, he earned enough. But is it about money? No, it's not. Because money is something that comes its way. I mean, whatever happens, if you are successful, if you are doing your job properly, money is just one of the results of your job. The rest is glory, fame, legacy, and all the positive emotions of the victory. So for him, it's very simple. He doesn't take it too deep. If the fight is cancelled or is scheduled or whatever, of course, it hurts him a bit, because like every normal person, you have it in your mind. You set up a goal. You set up the calendar for that. And if you have to make some adjustments, it's a bit stressful, but it's not a big issue for him. So at this point, we can state that April 29th is not likely to happen for the undisputed. Unfortunately, we've done a lot to make it happen, but unfortunately, it's not likely.
Was the fight? Were you headed to the Middle East at one point for the fight on this date?
Yeah, we had the initial date in December, which was shifted to February beginning of March. Then our partners in Saudi, they approached us saying that it might be impossible due to some local reasons, and they rescheduled it for the end of April. It looked really optimistic, and so we expected them to come up with a final offer. Unfortunately, something else became the reason, and 29th was impossible for Saudis. So we had the backup option. Actually, we discussed it even before the new year in December last year with Queensberry. So we had Wembley Stadium booked for the event.
For the 29th,
and,
yeah.
The 29th. So we were actually in the position to make it happen anyway. And as long as we agreed to make it a two-fight deal anyway, so the fight itself and the rematch. So we were okay to proceed with the rematch, let's say in Saudi or in Abu Dhabi or in Qatar or in
in November, December time. Would that be November, December? Yeah.
Yes, because the weather is appropriate there. It's acceptable for fighters, acceptable for the visitors, and the season of tourists it starts in December mostly.
So, explain to me where you are in terms of the two teams with the purse split or the payment. I mean, you did mention 60-40 to the winner, but I've never heard that before in a deal. That's a very unusual. Is that true that there've been talk? You'd offered 60-40 to the winner. I've not heard that before in a deal.
Yeah. By the way, if you take a look at Boxing Super Series, World Boxing Super Series, this principle was introduced there. If you are declared the winner, you get one purse. If you are declared the forerunner, it's like the minimum that you're guaranteed. And it's okay. I mean, it's a prize money if you are victorious. We all heard that Tyson claimed this to be the easiest fight in heavyweight division, the easiest money he would ever get. The white middleweight rabbit is nothing in the ring, so he's too small. He has no chances. That's why we offered him 60-40 split in favor of the winner, because if he is declared the winner, he gets what he's asking for. But if he's not, it means he's not that good. He will have his chance to show how good he is in the second fight, in the rematch. So that was quite a fair offer. But it's not about the split. It's not about the money. We never heard, within all this time, we never heard sharply what Tyson Fury demands are.
What, through the Warrens and Bob Arum? You never heard, no?
Yes. So we were reported that Tyson was asking for too much. Means that it's a matter of common knowledge. If you put the event here in the UK, you can precisely anticipate the revenue that it's gonna generate.
Probably about 60 million with pay-per-view and the stadium. 50, 60 million.
I made calculations myself for three scenarios: for the pessimistic, realistic, and optimistic.
Yeah.
The figures were quite different, but the bottom and the top were more or less defined. And according to these figures, the figures showed us that even if Usyk receives zero of the pot, it still not be sufficient for Tyson to satisfy his demands. Normally, it happens when a fighter doesn't want to take a fight or wants to avoid it. I mean, I had it before in my experience when I was looking for an opponent, and it was a good one, and we contacted him, and he didn't want to go, so he asked, let's say, for 100 instead of 500, instead of 5,000. 100,000 instead of 5,000. It means that if you offer him that money, he will probably come because it's a huge pot of money for him. But everything else is not acceptable for him. It
So
means
you
that
think
the fight.
he's priced himself out of the market? Yeah.
Definitely yes.
Mm.
Definitely yes. Probably he got influenced by the event he visited where his brother was fighting Jake Paul. He got impressed with what's going on in Saudi, and maybe, but it's just my guess.
Are you suggesting that this fight now then might take place in Saudi later in the year, or next, or maybe?
Yeah, we are talking about this. We have it in mind, but it all depends again upon the Gypsy King or Queen, or how we should call him now. I don't know. We are ready since August last year when Usyk was declared the winner with AJ. So since that time, we are ready to face him. We are ready to take him, and whatever it go. I mean, any place on planet Earth. Is it UK? Is it Saudi, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, Australia, New Zealand? Whatever. It's okay for us. We will take it. The money is important, but it's not the principal thing.
So have you? I think I read a comment with you saying, yes, I was, as you say, you've been here 4 days, you're leaving today, you've been here for that negotiation, presumably. Yeah.
Yep.
You've been here for this negotiation. You leave today. I mean, for you, unless obviously it's signed now, but it's very close to April 29th now. For you, is Wembley Stadium not finished, but April 29th, is it very difficult to see that happening now?
Boxing is the sports of two athletes. So we need to have two guys in the ring, not just one. Otherwise, it's just shadow boxing. Tyson will not get into the ring on the 29th. So it's very simple.
What do you do now then if that doesn't happen? Does Oleksandr have mandatories that he has to take now in the interim? If this doesn't happen, where do you go now with Oleksandr?
If you are the unified champion, you are stuck in the very narrow corridor of options. It's either WBO, WBA, or IBF. You have to comply with the regulations of the sanctioning bodies and to go through the mandatories. So that's our focus at the moment. We are now trying to put the things together within next several days. I think we're gonna have some result. We're gonna have the date, the place, and the opponent. I can't actually disclose at this moment, but we are working on two options. It's the next due is WBA, Daniel Dubois, and after WBA, the next due is IBF, Filip Hrgović.
And then Joe Joyce, presumably, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Joe Joyce, Usyk received his titles from the position of WBO mandatory. That's why, being the world, the super champion now, he has the special
dispensation. Yeah.
Yes, correct for that. And the rotational system shows that WBA first, IBF next, and WBO then. We have Joe Joyce, who is the interim champion, and he's fighting the Chinese guy in April 2015.
Yes.
So we are actually working on two options.
So can I just finally ask you, do you think Oleksandr will be fighting, I'm just working out the date now, So are you looking at maybe a May fight for him?
Yeah, it depends on the place where the fight gonna take place.
Is it could it
The
be in the
location.
UK? Could it be in the UK?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
can be in the
obviously he
UK.
fought here and he's got a big following here, hasn't he?
Absolutely, it can be in the UK, but May would be probably a very busy month for all the pay-per-views around here. So if it's UK, it should probably happen after May. But if it's Middle East, then it might probably take place in May as well.
Okay, so it could be the Middle East.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, I really appreciate speaking to you. I'm sorry we're not there for a mega event on April the 29th. Who knows? After we do this, something may change suddenly. But
Gareth, but you are the fan. You are backing Tyson Fury, right? You respect him as the fighter. So do
yeah,
I.
yeah.
What happens now? I mean, my thinking was that Tyson is famous not just by himself. He's famous because of his fans, because of his followers, because people used to follow him in social medias, used to buy pay-per-views, used to buy tickets on his shows. Actually, the fans are the ones who made him rich, famous, and so popular. And at some point, the day comes when you have to pay off to your fans. You have to give them something back for their support, for their phone, not just entertainment, but the real fight, the real challenge. So they are satisfied with all the investments, so-called, they made, and this probably would look disrespectful to the fan.
Oh, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at the moment. Yeah, absolutely right. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's been a very frustrating time. I mean, if it has for me, then I'm sure it has for you.
Yes, unfortunately. But if he doesn't pay off, what happens next? If he's not like treated, no, not treated. If he doesn't treat his fans with respect, what would happen next? Will he sink into oblivion? Will he disappear from the main stage, or will people still follow him like he's a big star, but we forgive him everything because he can behave?
I'm very surprised because I think it's a fantastic fight. It's a fantastic fight for boxing. It's one we're all looking forward to. It's a fascinating matchup. They're both elite level fighters. I think Fury starts as the favourite, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But you can't write Oleksandr off. So that's what was so exciting about it. And the first undisputed fight in the four belt era. At Wembley Stadium, which, as you know, is an amazing place. The fans are incredible here.
Definitely.
It would resonate for you guys about what's happening in Ukraine at the moment. I'm sorry, it doesn't make any sense to me.
But it is what it is. So we take it as it comes.
But this is boxing. What I hope doesn't happen is that either one of these guys loses or we never get the fights, because they're in their prime. They're right at the end of their prime right now, right at the end of their prime.
Right.
And they're both undefeated, you know, and they've both got massive followings. And yeah, I mean, sometimes it's very difficult to understand boxing and what decisions people make. And, you know, I think sometimes when people have got their price, maybe, then it's difficult to budge, you know. But I can't understand it at the moment. I just don't understand it. I thought the
same
fight
from our side.
Yeah.
Same on our side.
Yeah.
But we take it as it comes. We keep this fight in the focus. Either it's Tyson Fury or someone else. We want to make the undisputed in heavyweight for 4 belts, and with the help of Lord, one day it will happen, definitely.
Great to see you, Alex. Thank you so much.
It was my pleasure, Gareth.
Cheers.